Good morning, everyone. Well done for being there. Mondays are always perhaps a little bit more challenging, but at the same time, more powerful the practice when we show up. So let's come to a comfortable sitting position. Relax your shoulders back and down, and then just gently twist and turn your body in any way that feels good, but always keeping the hands on the knees, just so we are more supported by the spine and we're not overstretching when the body is still perhaps a little bit stiff. We need to warm up to do deeper stretches. So bring yourself back to center. Relax the shoulders. The session today is going to be about heart opening. So now gently close your eyes and start slowing down your breathing. Relax the jaw, the forehead relaxed. Bring the gaze up towards the space in between the eyebrows and feel that extra expansion between them, between those eyebrows. Making sure there's no tension on the eyes or the forehead. But if this is challenging for you, you can just focus on the tip of your nose. Bringing the chin slightly towards the chest, but with an uplifting from the top of the crown of the head. Feeling the neck long and aligned with the rest of the spine. The stomach slightly in, but without holding any tension. Just allow the abdomen to come in as we inhale and out as we exhale. The other way. Inhaling, expanding. Notice how much space we can create, and exhaling, gentle contracting. And start noticing the way that we breathe in each moment. Start noticing the difference from when we breathe easily, the way it makes us feel. When the air is coming inside the body, we need some extra space, so we expand. And when we exhaling, we let go, so we contract gently. You can even place a hand on your belly if that helps to connect with the movement, with the breathing. Relax the jaw. Bring the left hand on your chest. And try to expand from the abdomen as we inhale towards the chest. And perhaps clavicular, and then exhaling, relaxing from clavicular, chest, and belly. If your breathing is slightly shorter still, then just modify and adapt that movement to just perhaps abdomen and chest. You are in charge of lengthening your breath in your own time. Be more important to be relaxed and to reduce tension instead of bringing any more. Good, and then inhaling and bring the palms together at the level of the heart in prayer position. Spread the fingers, gently press the palms together and feel the arms, the shoulders, the chest, and slightly the upper back engaged. Breathing more with the chest now to activate the heart center. Feel the expansion between the ribs. Keep the gaze up. And we start with the gratitude practice. Choosing 2 things that you want to say thank you for. Every day, something different, something new, something that perhaps you haven't brought to your awareness for a long time. And then set your intentions for this practice. And if you wish, your intentions for the day. And keep the palms together, inhaling and raise the palms all the way up towards the ceiling, chin up, head back. And exhaling, lowering the hands through the sides, aligning the spine, bringing the chin to the chest and the arms resting on your laps, the hands. Allow the chin to come towards the chest, relaxing the shoulders, feeling that stretch on the neck, top of the spine. Breathing deeply. And with a few blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining. So we're going to start with some heart opening, as we said. Let's stretch the legs first. But before we start with the practice, I think it's going to be handy today to get the blanket for extra support for the knees. Let's do it, all of us. And then it will be easier to practice. But when we place the blanket, just make sure that it's more like sideways. So where we put the hands and the feet when we are on tabletop, the hands are on the mat. That way we use the mat as an extra help for the gripping. Once you've got the distance apart and you know that the blanket is in a good position, then sit. Bring the shoulders down, bring the hands behind the back. Move your toes. Good. And then from here, bring the ankles towards you. Bring the toes towards you, flexing the ankles. And then roll the shoulders back and down. Bring the chest towards the ceiling, looking up. The elbows are soft to support the weight. The fingers, in the same way that we do when we put any weight on tabletop, then they're slightly cupped, fingertips active. Keep lifting up from the chest. And the shoulders are very close together from the back. So now we allow the head to come back, bringing the tongue to the upper palate. Looking towards the back, making sure there's no tension on the forehead. Good, and then slowly bring the chin towards the chest. And then the last thing is relaxing the upper back. From here, inhaling and bring the arms all the way up. And exhaling, lowering down. And again, inhaling up. And exhaling down. Good. So you keep your blanket. I'm just going to take my one out because it makes the image a little bit too dark. So when we are used to it, let's come on tabletop. When we're used to practicing and engaging in the right way, we probably won't need the blanket, but it just helps to feel a little bit more comfortable. So we're going to come on tabletop and relax the elbows. Activate the fingers. And then from here, let's just do some gentle cat-cow. So as we inhale, soften the elbows, bring the tailbone up and look up. But what happens is that when we come in the cat-cow, then perhaps there's a lot of weight on the knees. And the way that we reduce that weight on the knees is by stretching the toes. The instep is very active. And perhaps you notice already that the lower part of the abdomen is also more engaged as we try to straighten the toes a little bit more. Okay, so we do it 4 times, 4 rounds of cat-cow. Inhaling, soften the elbows, look up. Exhaling, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhaling, belly bottom towards the spine. And exhaling, rounding, belly bottom towards the spine. Feel the expansion on the chest as we look up. And as we exhale, feel the expansion in between the shoulder blades. Good. Inhaling, exhaling. And one more, inhaling, exhaling. Good. Now bring the big toes touching, open the knees wide, sit back and stretch the arms, keeping the elbows off the floor, and the forehead can be touching the floor or just slightly up. What we're focusing here is on stretching the shoulders, the spine. If it doesn't feel comfortable to be in this position, you can always bend the elbows and rest the forehead on your lower arms. But try to bring the elbows as far away from you as possible. If your arms are stretched out, keep the elbows off the floor. Breathe in deeply. Feeling the stretch on the middle of the back also, by allowing the chest to come as closer to the mat as you can. One more round of breath. You can gently lift up the head of the floor and start walking back with the hands. Bring the knees together, the feet together, and bring the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, engaging the pelvic floor. And now we're going to bring the right hand right in the middle. And then inhaling, bring the left arm up. Good. And then exhaling, threading. Remember the thumb up. But this time we don't go so low. We're just going to do this exercise of inhaling and opening the chest, bringing the left arm up. Feel the twist on the spine. And then exhaling, thread. Elbow soft. Inhaling. Come up with the arm and exhaling. Try to keep the pelvic floor active at all times. Inhaling up. Exhaling, thread. And once again, inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then come back to the center, and then it's the left hand on the middle. Inhaling, bringing the right arm up and exhaling, thread. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling. Squeeze the abdomen, inhaling. Following the rhythm of your breath, exhale. And one more inhale. And exhale. Good, and then come back towards the center. And then stretch the toes. Open the knees hip width apart. And walk back with your hands. Come on your knees. And when we are on our knees, we need to engage the thighs, the glutes, and the core. Shoulders back and down. Bring the hands on the hips and bring the hips slightly forward. Use your hands to push them forward. Bring the shoulders back and the chest uplifted. So when we are in a back bend, to open our heart, we need to bring it up high. And also we'll be bringing the head back. So we want to have the tongue towards the upper palate when the chin is quite high. And that way we reduce tension on the jaw and we strengthen the muscles of the neck. So shoulders back and down as much as you can, actively bringing shoulders and elbows as close as you can. And then inhaling, lifting up the chest a little bit more, looking up towards the ceiling, and keep pushing the hips slightly forward. Looking up, bringing the head a little bit more back. And then exhaling, bring the chin to the chest, bring the hips towards the back, and Sashankasana counter pose. Arms next to the body, forehead down. Breathe slowly. Good, and then activate the core, inhaling. Keep looking down, coming up on your knees, bringing the hands on the hips. We're going to do it again. Shoulders back and down, bringing the hips forward, shoulders towards the back. The upper back is very active. Lifting the chest up, head back. Tongue to the upper palate. Engage the glutes. And then bring the chin towards the chest. Then bring the hips towards the back. And last thing, we relax the upper back into Sashankasana. Shoulders relaxed. Good, and gently engage the core. And with the next inhalation, start coming up to sit on your heels. Always remember, when we have the upside down position, the head is lower than the heart. Then we keep looking down and then we come up onto our knees. Okay, so we're going to practice for Ustrasana, or the camel pose. So we're going to do half only. We twist with the shoulders and we bring the hip forward. We're going to keep the left hand behind the right, behind the left hip, pushing the hip forward. And the right shoulder is slightly moved forward. Inhaling, bring the arm up. Good, and then start bringing the arm all the way back and trying to reach towards the heel. Doesn't need to reach, just try to come up. Keeping one hand on the hip, it would help you to maintain the thighs active, the chest up, and then inhaling, bring the arm all the way up, rotating with the shoulder, and then exhaling, bring the hand all the way down. Stretch that side, keep the hand on the hip. Breathe slowly. Good, and then inhaling, come up again. We're going to do it slightly different. Tuck the toes under. Engage the glutes. Keep the hips, keep the knees hip width apart, and keep bringing the hip forward with the left hand. The right one comes up. Keep bringing the chest towards the ceiling, and then start rotating the shoulder towards the back and try to reach back. See if this time you can hold the heel. If it doesn't get to holding, that's absolutely fine. Just try to keep the shoulders aligned, the chest towards the ceiling. Good, and then inhaling, rotate the shoulder forward, and then stretch the toes. And now release both hands. Inhale and exhale. Feel the stretch on the spine, the relaxation, especially on the lower back, middle back. Good, and then engage the core, inhaling, come up, keep looking down. And then inhaling, come on your knees. We're going to do the other side. So now is the right hand behind the right hip, toes pointing first. engaging the glutes, bringing the hips forward, inhaling, bring the arm up, rotating towards the back and trying to reach. Good, and then inhaling and exhaling as we rotate the shoulder forward and bend forward, keeping the right hand on the hip and stretching just the left arm. Good, engage the core, keep looking up, inhaling, come on your knees, bring the hips forward, engaging the glutes, the thighs, inhaling all the way back, tuck the toes under and see if this time you can reach. If it can't reach, that's absolutely fine. Just try to keep bringing the hip forward with the other hand. Good, and then inhale and bring the arm all the way forward. Stretch the toes, release the hands, stretch as much as you can. Good, and then walk with the hands back. Bring the knees together, hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, come into downward facing dog and bend one knee at a time. Feeling the stretch on the back of the legs. Good, and then bend the knees if you need to. Lengthen the spine, but make sure there's no tension on that space in between the shoulder blades. Neck is soft. The elbow is soft as well. So the arms are engaged. Stomach in, hips high. Good, and then from there, we walk forward towards the hands. Try not to bend the knees by lifting one hip at a time. And when we are with the hands and the feet together, then bend the knees, stretch the arms parallel to each other, engage the toes, ball of the foot, hips towards the back, stomach in, and come all the way out. Palms together, hips forward, and then exhaling, lowering the arms through the sides to standing. Very good. So now from here, we're going to open the leg slightly wider, about 1 meter apart. That would be enough. And we're going to do a stretch for the shoulders and the chest, for the heart opening from a forward fold. So bring the hands on the hips and the hips towards the back. The shoulders align, the stomach in. Good, and then slowly start coming down. And bring the right hand on the left foot, trying to twist with the shoulders as much as you can without bending the knees, they're just slightly soft. Good, and then inhaling, bring the left arm up and then wrap around the waist. If you reach towards the top of the thigh, then pinch there, hold. If it doesn't reach, just the back of the hand. Breathe slowly. Stomach in. Keep actively bringing the left shoulder towards the back. And next inhalation, bring the left arm up. Exhaling, lowering down. And then left arm on the right foot. Inhaling, right arm up. And exhaling around the waist, wherever it reaches. If it reaches to the thigh, hold. If it doesn't, just keep the back of the hand. And keep actively turning with the shoulder. Breathing slowly. Good, in the next inhalation, unwind the arm, bring it all the way up, and exhaling, lowering down, hands down on the floor. And then Bring the heels in slowly to hip width apart. Hips towards the back. Bring the arms towards the sides, nice and active with the thighs. Bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Feet hip width apart. Good, and then inhaling, keep the knees bent and start coming up. And last, heart opening. From here, we bring the hips forward, the chest up, and the arms very active. Tongue to the upper body. Breathing deeply. Good, and then bringing the chin towards the chest, relaxing the arms, just shake side to side. Good, and gently stop the movement. Grab your blanket to cover yourself up. Well done for your practice. Breathe in deeply for the last few times. Stretch the legs, the arms away from the body, palms facing up, chin towards the chest, eyes closed, gaze up. And allow yourself to completely relax in this position. Your breathing becomes softer and your body even more relaxed. Bring some attention to your heartbeat, to your love tongue. Feeling the strength. Feeling in control. When we are in control with the practice, then we can completely let go and trust our body. Completely surrendered. The gaze up, the jaw relaxed. Allowing yourself to be present and relaxed. And then gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Breathing deeply. Next inhalation, bring your feet together and bend one knee at a time. Lengthen the spine and roll towards the right side or the left side for those with low blood pressure. Breathing deeply, eyes closed. And when you're ready, use your arms to push you to a sitting position. Feels comfortable for you. Trying to have your spine uplifted, relax the shoulders. And inhaling, bring the palms together at the level of the heart. Pressing gently. We're going to sing one Om as a way of union and to close the session. When you're ready, inhale deeply. Om. Inhale and exhale. And keeping the palms together, inhaling, bring the thumbs towards the third eye for the right thoughts. And exhale. Inhaling, bring them closer to the mouth for the right word, right say. And exhale. And inhaling, bring them closer to the heart center for the right feelings and compassion. And exhale. And with a few blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining. And just a reminder that when we open our heart, when we do a heart opening class, but also when we build a regular practice, there might be some releasing and some emotions coming up. And my invitation is that if that happens, don't expect it because it might not happen. But if it happens, then just be open and don't try to stop anything because it's a whole process of releasing and taking layers out so we can feel lighter into our practice, but also into our life. So welcome anything. Don't expect anything, just be open and keep enjoying the practice. But remember also when we say about compassion, it's not only about others, but also about ourselves. So be gentle with yourself and practice some self-care also. I hope you enjoyed the class. Have a lovely day. And we'll see each other tomorrow, hopefully.